We finally got the roadmap video and have so much to talk about, including the engine upgrade, the console edition, and more. Let's tackle them in order, I guess. We got confirmation that with the next two Tide-themed events, including Tide of Corruption on October 4th, Crytek will continue to add more pack traits and experiment there. Importantly, we know the wildcard condition for Tide of Corruption is the Dark Inferno, so night maps with the Inferno firewalls, but also Crytek confirmed they are working on the next wildcard condition, whatever that will be, and it will be totally new. Also during this event, we will have a Twitch Drops campaign to celebrate Halloween, and that campaign will include a legendary hunter, so that's probably a response to feedback from the previous Twitch campaigns. That Drops campaign will also have weapons and charm rewards, weapon crates, and event points, so it sounds like a good way to progress through the event if you fall behind in the early weeks. We also get 25 more hunter slots, which is nice for those that use them, but we are getting some prestige reworks, namely some base weapon unlocks earlier in the prestige, and that's supposed to roll out this year. And then next year, we are getting some new reward schemes for important milestones during the prestige. I don't want to speculate on it too much really, but it sounds exciting. They're also updating the challenges, and we saw the baseball bat in action. And some traits are being rebalanced and even combined. For example, the Scopesmith trait for the various scopes could become just one trait, which is a good change in my opinion. It always seemed a little convoluted. We're also seeing new logic for the traits that recruited hunters start with. Those random traits you get on a legendary hunter or at level 2 or at level 3 are often nonsensical, so hopefully that helps with that situation. We are also getting weapon inspection, which is great. We've seen a couple tease videos of those, and those are coming in batches, starting with the pistols, melee weapons, and tools. Some big news for me as someone who frequents my Xbox still, we are seeing improvements made to the controller and gamepads targeted for the winter update this year, which will have dead zone adjustments and aim assist and acceleration options. I've said it many times, the controls on console Hunt Showdown are just funky, and I can't wait to try out the console version again, but that gamepad note seems like it could apply to PC players too that don't like mouse and keyboard. Yes, those people exist. And then next year, we should see custom button mapping and a weapon wheel rework. That's hard to say quickly. And that takes us to the networking section where we learned Crytek is going to decentralize their backend. I'm not a network expert. I have no idea what that means, but it allows for updates without downtime and preventing outages from cascading into other regions. That sounds complicated. Didn't study it in school. I'm very sorry. This will also make Bloodline and inventory interactions more fluid somehow. But what you really want to know about this section is that they are improving their networking mumbo jumbo to relieve some frustration points like rubber banding, bullet consistency, and the very important kill trade window. We don't know the specifics there yet, but hopefully we see some improvement. Also, big news and a welcome addition, MMR will be getting looked at and refactored to reduce how volatile it is. I've read a lot of messages recently about MMR, and that seems to be what people want, just a little less volatility there. Another cool thing is duos will be able to match with a random third player, which is great. I prefer trios, and sometimes me and a buddy want to add a random teammate to spice things up, but we can't, and so we just often play duos versus trios. Okay, but the huge news here, and something I'm so excited about, I even commented it, there will be VoIP for random teammates, so you can actually communicate without also speaking to enemy teams. And that team VoIP will work even when you are down or far away. Thank goodness. In my opinion, as someone that enjoys playing with random players, that is huge. And then a smaller section with perhaps big ramifications, Crytek has recruited some quote key hires for a dedicated team to work on catching cheaters and exploiting players. I don't think any game has a perfect system in place yet for cheating, but it's cool to hear that more resources are going toward this issue. And what everyone wants to know about, let's talk about the engine upgrade. So as we know, map 4 is being worked on and will feature a new biome, but also map 4 is intended to be a showcase for the new graphical and content upgrades in the new Cryengine. The upgrade will launch at the same time as map 4 early next year, and we'll come back to that in just a second. But this Cryengine upgrade will be the official Series X and S and PS5 version, And now it's time for the good news, bad news. The Cryengine upgrade will up the minimum specs that Hunt Showdown will support for console and PC, which means that Crytek is ending support for the Xbox One and the PS4 versions of the game. So it'll just be the Series X and S and PS5 as far as the console version is concerned. But that won't happen any sooner than April of 2024. It's hard to tell if that's the ballpark for when we will see the Cryengine upgrade in Map 4 launching, but it could be, and I think it's just Crytek giving notice. Crytek is also raising the minimum PC specs, and I'll show that on screen. The video said these changes will impact about 10% of the community while improving the experience for the other 90%, and that just seems like a good weight to justify this change, but let me know how you feel about it. I know access to better PC parts isn't always the easiest across regions, and some people can't afford the new consoles. I will say, as someone that owns the Xbox Series S and X, the Series S, the little one, is a pretty good value for entry-level next-gen gaming, but your mileage may vary. Anyway, console players can upgrade to the enhanced version for free, and you'll keep all your gear and player history and skins and all that. And on PC, it'll just be Hunt Showdown, but shinier. You don't have to do anything. There's no upgrade path. You just update your game, basically. We finally got confirmation the engine upgrade will support DirectX 12, FSR 2.1.2, direct storage, and HDR. I'd say those are becoming pretty standard features. Hopefully we can also see DLSS implemented in the future, but the video did say we will continue to see improvements added with this engine upgrade. So hopefully this will help some people get some extra performance out of the game, but also there's that minimum spec requirement. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And finally, with the engine upgrade, the UI is getting a huge facelift, as in every screen in the menu is being refactored for better navigation and readability, regardless of input. So mouse and keyboard, or controller, or gamepad, whatever you're using, it should be easier to get through those menus. But that's all the news with this roadmap. So a quick recap: engine upgrade coming early next year, along with Map 4. Prestige is being reworked. Some of that stuff we'll see later this year with the winter update. Team VoIP and Q is being improved. Can't wait for that. And MMR and cheaters are being looked at. There's just a lot of stuff being worked on right now, and we'll have the 2 tied events to hold us over until that engine upgrade. But some of this stuff we will be seeing later this year, as I just mentioned. In my opinion, there's a lot to be excited for here, even if it isn't quite ready to ship. But it's good they're sticking to their goals that they set out earlier this year. Hopefully everyone that wants the upgrade can find a console or PC parts that are supported by the new minimum requirements. I don't think they're too egregious, but I get that not everyone has money to commit to doing that. So April 2024, that should be your goal to upgrade, I guess. That gets you caught up with the news here, so thanks for watching, and until the next video, goodbye.